And with this recording, wanted to shed light on the concept, societal concept, and I'm gonna use parable, like a parable. And the reason I use parable like jobs type parables, I don't do it a lot, but I have did it. Because it's something that society, relates more to, what I'm saying, as well as the fact that everybody know I've been under attack for years, but that's not the reason for this recorded And it's fundamentally, man, the same battle, good versus evil, but with these parables here, I wanted to open eyes on a certain perspective of what things I've noticed from, everything I've said, in these recordings have been observational, things I've seen, and witnessed, as in society, for following God all these years. And it's just certain things, I didn't really understand, because it's crazy, it's I've witnessed society understand things, come to realizations, everything, being educated, on spiritual matters as well as societal evils, and things, fully. And I've seen society, understand things, absorb it, but fail to retain it. Like, it'd be like, by the next week after that, it's like it's like society is not on the same page God is on. You know what I'm saying? It's on God's on the same page, but it ain't on the same page God is on. And it's the weirdest thing because, when you look at what I've been going through all these years, it's worse, than anything, actually any thing justice could do to assuage the situation. The things I've been going through all these years are worse than any justice I could be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Is sufficient for. That's the reality of my life first and foremost. You feel me? The things I've gone through is worse than anything that justice could repair. You know what I'm saying? And that's the weird thing about it. And so, and I find, that some parts of aspects of it could be, a parable could be made of it, to put it in perspective for those who, need parables. Some of us need parables. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And it's like, it can be linked to travel, in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's like travel that an average person cannot, average person cannot perform, average person cannot, just travel, things like that. And in that, I mean, like flights and, just, commercial, things like that, just as an example. And it's like, it'd be like a situation whereas, if somebody put themselves in that position, it's like them going to catch a flight, for themselves. And it's like, before, like the moment they get on the plane, the captain of the plane tells them that they have to fly the, plane instead of being flown to where they have to go. Or they have things to do, just totally, despite what, the rationality or the formality of the situation. You feel me? For example, it could be like somebody that works at a store or something, like if they were a cashier or something like that. That's like, them, handling their job, what they were qualified for or whatever. And that's like them pulling somebody, like a random person and just telling them, hey, you do the job, you do this, you do my job, you feel me? Whether or not you have, you even qualified for or anything, whether or not you qualify for, have experience or anything, that's like them just telling them, hey, you do my job, and it's like that, and in some cases, even taking a step further. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I mean, and the concept is strange, and that's what I mean. Like, it's indeed very strange. It's just like if a person was driving a car. You know, say if they had a car, and they were in the driver's seat of it. You know, and that's like them sitting in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? They need to go to the store or something, and you know what I'm saying? They got their driver's license. You feel me? And they're talking to somebody that's outside the car, like, you know, by the window. The window is down, and the person outside they're talking to don't have a license. You feel me? They're fine. Everything is all right with them. You know what I'm saying? They want to go to the store. You know, but all of a sudden they roll down the window. Somebody that they're talking to who do not have a license. That's like them telling them, "Hey, you drive this car." You feel me? You know, no reason. You feel me? And then that's like them even taking it a step further, you know, and like bringing like at gunpoint. You feel me? At gunpoint, fly this plane, drive this car, work this job. You know what I'm saying? As a cashier, do this. You know what I'm saying? At gunpoint. I mean, somebody can make sense of the situation, because if I can't, but I could just supply the details and the concept of the situation of what's going on. And I mean, I wouldn't know what it means or the make of it, but somebody can. And it's definitely real. I mean, as you know, everything else I've witnessed, but it's like that, you know. I mean, yeah, it's like somebody take it like even a step further, and that's like the captain, you know, come out the plane cockpit and say to you, when you get on the plane, you got places to go, people to see, things to do. You feel me? You got happiness and memories to make. You know, you got, you know, joy to be experienced. You know what I'm saying? You just, I mean, you got things to do. You feel me? And that's like, you know, everybody else good, but I mean, you come to the plane, they come out, you know, they you get up there, they come out the cockpit and say, "Hey, you fly this plane. I'm gonna sit back here with everybody else that, you know, I'm gonna sit back here with the other people who don't have flight license." You feel me? That's what it's like, you know. It's like society is that captain. It's weird like that, you know what I mean? I don't know, sometimes it's like that, you know, it's like and that's like the captain pulling out a gun and saying, "Hey, fly this plane, you know, and we're gonna sit back here. You know, I'm gonna sit back here with everybody else with the rest of the, you know, commonplace. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you say you don't have experience, then that's what the gun for. You know, fly this plane at gunpoint. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, even if you ain't got experience or something like that, it's weird like that. You know what I mean? So I mean, in society, that guy's way more qualified for, because he's flown tons and tons and tons of successful flights. As a, you know, as you might even know, you know what I'm saying, you witness this pretty popular establishment, you know, just like the cashier, you know what I'm saying, or you know, the cashier in that concept, you know, in that parable could be successful at what they do and everything, but all of a sudden, you know, they switch it up, like, you know, all of a sudden this time, you feel me, they decide to turn over a different leaf, or, you know, switch, like, act as if, you know, they have never performed, you know, what they haven't been doing, what they've been doing the whole time, pretty much. You know, act as if, you know, and it's just weird like that, you know, I don't understand it. But with my situation, I mean, I don't know, I believe, I mean, like I said, man, there's no amount of justice that can really fix my life, you know, because of the you know, the outstanding nature of the situation and how, you know, what was allowed to snowball over a course of prolonged period of time on purpose, you know, in spite of my viral testimony. You know, it's like, I mean, it's like, what is really being said by society there, you know, if me following God, you know, and for what I've gone through and proven, it's not, you know, it's as if, you know, I mean, for instance, for example, for the things I've gone through and proven have happened, nobody gets in trouble for. You feel me? Nobody gets in trouble for anything, you know, but if somebody, you know, say like nobody gets in trouble for anything I've gone through, as if my life is nothing, you know, it's been like, you know, it's years, many years, you know, extreme, you know, just out of this world unnecessary hatred. And That's like if this was somebody else, you know what I'm saying, that was going through this stuff right here, then it matters that somebody could be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, if somebody else was going through the things I've gone through, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, all these years, could be somebody of a different ethnicity or anything of that nature. But it's implied that if they were going through this, then it'd be chaos. You know what I'm saying? But I go through this and, you know what I mean? I'm Elijah. You feel me? So, I mean, it ain't, you know, it's never fair. You know, it's never a balance or equal situation because of the amount, not just because of that, but also for the amount of time and, you know, the amount of evil that's happened to my life. You know what I'm saying? Unprovoked. The witness has been viral and all of that. So, I mean, with the persecution on my life, it's not a fair, it's nothing that it can be compared with, really. That's, you know, I mean, because it's not a one-time event. You feel me? It's been a situation that's recurred hundreds, if not thousands of times over a course of an 8-year period. Not to mention, you know what I'm saying, things that, you know, potentially happened way before that point. You know what I'm saying? As well as circumstantially. You know what I'm saying? Things, you know what I mean? It's pretty much a preponderance, but the things that happened to me is prolonged crisis conditions, would do nothing but elicit, you know, war. You feel me? And that's a reality that, you know, that I mean, to me is normal, because I've been going through it for 8 years. You feel me? I've literally had a war declared on my life, merciless and ruthless. You know, and I knew the war before I knew the people. You feel me? Or before I knew about who, you know. Society later came to those conclusions, you feel me, for me. So, I mean, it's still not something that society, you know, has really any interest in acknowledging. You know what I'm saying, to be honest. So that's telling you that you know, the Bible is true. You know what I'm saying? But what it tells you is, I mean, that there's something that was larger going on. You know what I'm saying? To where nobody really has interest in God. You know, especially during the time, you know, this stuff was happening. You know what I mean? Or humanity or us as a society have absolutely zero understanding, you know, no intelligence, you know, no incognizance, you know, of things that happen directly in front of our face.